Hi, so I just got this new Remington wet to straight flat iron, and I thought I would give a review of it because it doesn't seem like there are all that many on YouTube yet. This is just the basics. It's a 1-inch plate. And the selling point, which I'm going to say right off the bat is ridiculous, is that you can straighten your hair even if it's soaking wet. And that's a horrible idea. I don't care if this can do that well. It's a really bad idea. It's like the worst thing you can possibly do to your hair. It's going to damage it no matter what iron you have. So I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to tell you how it works because I won't know. I'm using this as a normal iron on dry hair. Anyway, what I noticed about this first is that it has a digital display, which is something I haven't really seen a lot of. And similarly to that, it has actual buttons instead of just a little dial to turn for heat settings. It has 30 heat settings, which is really good. And it straightens my hair pretty well. It doesn't turn it into a frizz ball like some of them do. But the actual use of this is kind of irritating, and the reason for that is, for starters, every time you press a button, it will beep loudly. And when it wants to tell you it's reached the desired temperature, it will beep 5 times loudly. And maybe that's great if you live alone, but I still live at home. I'll be getting up earlier than a bunch of people, and they're probably going to hear this annoying beep all the way in the bathroom where I use it. So that's pretty aggravating. And more aggravating still is that when you turn it on, it completely forgets what setting you used last time. Like, it defaults to 15, the middle of the temperature range, and it defaults to the mode for wet hair, which you control with this button right here, by the way. And I have really, really fine hair. I do not need 15. I definitely don't need the setting for wet hair. And as I said, every time you hit the little minus button, beep, 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 all the way down to like 5, which is all I need. And it will do that every time I use this. It doesn't remember where I was, which is, that gets old. And at first I was like, oh, it's digital, that's really exciting, but at least a dial would remember what setting I use, instead of being noisy and forgetful like this one. But, it's okay, and it only cost about $20 at Target, so I'd say it's worth it, even though it is kind of, I don't know, it just has some unnecessary things to it, and like I said, the selling point is, it's like irresponsible of this company to tell people to straighten your hair when it's wet. Like, don't do that, people, please. Please. Yeah, the last iron I had, it was also a Remington, but it didn't actually have heat settings. It only had an on-off switch, and needless to say, it cranked like right up to maybe 400 degrees, which is huge overkill. So this is definitely an improvement for me, and I would say probably a 3.5 out of 5, just down a 1.5 for all the annoying beeps and forgetting what setting you use. It's not that hard. Come on. Remember, 5, dry hair. Just remember it. You're like computerized. You should know better, right? But what can you do? It was only $20 and I'm still happy with it.